Hello, Assalamualaikum madam. My name is Greta Niviti Mustari. So today is the day with the presentation sessions, right? So here I make a poster for the report finding. You can refer to the slide again. And yeah, we start for the introduction. We just go like short brief for this assignment, and we go through forward to the result of this assignment of the finding report. So for the introduction, it's basically the study made an article review and also research framework development for the assignment 2 on the topic that I've been choose, which is a relationship between various type of employer, and this analysis is focused on the impact of the employee performance and diversity of the employees, such as from the full-time or part-time. So the objective from these studies is to determine the relationship between the various type of worker, and also to determine the effect of productivity between various type of worker, and also to summarize the end of this study that how the worker accept part-time or freelance on in their organizations. So basically this methodology for the study, the data and sources were get from the observation questionnaire that have been made online for the respondent, and at the end of this study the data will be analyzed and summarized to be seen a clear objective from this study. Okay, so the analysis distribute of the questionnaire, especially targeting to people who are working, either they are an employee itself, which is the boss, that or the employees that have the high position in the company, or a normal worker which need to receive minimum 30 respondents and above for this study by online observations. And if you can see here, there's a process of this report finding. Yeah, for this findings study. Okay, so first one is, which is the concept. When we get the concept, like okay, we want to make an article review and also research framework, right? So after that we need to find the topic. So my topic is about relationship between a various type of worker, and then when we have the topic, we see what the problem is. So from this from this study, from the article that I've been chosen, the problem that arise is mostly on the productivity among of the worker when they have the mixed worker type of worker in the organizations. Okay, so from the article review that I've been choosing, the relationship between different type of worker address worker productivity and also efficiency. So from this article, HR and employees may face difficulties in handling these cases. So by hiring the full-time worker, the firm may have to deal with the increased labor cost. And so hiring a full-time employee means paying more for benefits such as healthcare, also for the day leave and retirement, and so on. So many things benefit for the full-time. It's so different with the part-time, because part-time the cost is very low, which is you just need to pay them if they are working, right? And also if they are OT, something like that. The other benefits, like such as medical, is mostly is rare to see. Okay, and then for the problem that had arise in this article and also for the study, which is employees are also required to pay tax on their wage and also benefit that are provided for the employee itself. So the issue and of legal complication arise when terminating full-time employees who made offer severance for pay to certain notice period. And this kind of matter can be seen arise on the article that I've been chooses. So from here I can summarize that the problem, the problem and the challenge of hiring from a various type of worker is very different one. Yeah. So next we can see that after a problem, then we go through the research. Then what is the problem? Where is the problem start rise, and then how we get to manage it, right? And then we can see here that after we make a research such as article review that had been made. So for this assignment, the article review that I've been made is from the Journal of Business Research. It's November 2019. So from this research of the organization state that the field of organization behavior and human resources management is interested in the influence of a part-time and full-time worker on employee productivity. And also the flexible work arrangement have also been extensively studied in terms of their impact on job demands and also the staff resources. In the literature review, it has been possible to synthesize and integrate the finding of various relevant research to provide comprehensive knowledge about the effect of part-time and full-time employment on employees' efficiency. So there's also the importance of flexible work arrangement. In addition, it has to identify knowledge gaps and suggested potential future research areas based on the existing S16 literature. So after we go to the research, we will make the survey. So from the survey, we make a question first. So later I will go through one by one of the survey question that I've been made. And okay, so from the graph here, you can see after survey there's a question, right? So after the survey we collect the data we collect the data from the surveys that we have been made, and then from there we make the case study of the case, and we make the prototype of the study, and also it's already complete. Okay, so before we go to the conclusions, we go to the next slide, which is for the result itself. So from here, this is the part one of the survey nation questionnaire, which is on the demographic. Okay, so first one is the gender. So we can see here for the gender, for females more than male that been the data that been collected, which is for the female is 23 responded out of from 83, and then the male is 15, which is for the female is a state of 60.5%, and for the male is 39.5%. So that's for the gender. And for the age of the respondent being collected the data, we can see here the most highest data collected came from the age of above 30. Yeah, so which is it state like 14 respondent, and it's seems like 36.8%. And for the second place is came from the age of 18 to 21, which is the 12 respondent, within 31.6%. And next is came from the age of 22 to 25, which is collected 7 respondents, and it's the 18.4%. And for the last one is came from 26 to 29 respondent, 29 age, which is 5 respondent, and it's the 13.2%. So we can see here among of the respondents were already a veteran. It's not like a veteran, maybe it's like a more mature generations, which is came from 13 and above, and maybe among of them is married, and the lowest came from the age of 26 to 29, which is in the middle of immature and not immature generations. Okay, and maybe they are among of the worker that are just maybe 1 to 5 years working with the company. This is just estimations. Okay, for the ethnicity, we can see that most of them is came from Malay, and which is the 32 respondents, which is 84.2%. And the second one state from Chinese, which is 3%, which is 3 respondent, and it state 7.9%. And next is came from Indian, which is 2 respondent, and it state 5.3%. And the last one is other, and it doesn't state what race it is, I mean what the ethnicity is, but it state 2.6%. So from here you can see that the respondents came from Malay. Okay, next we got the position in the company. Okay, for this we can see that out of 83 respondents, mostly it came from normal employee, which is like a basic employee, doesn't have any high position in the company, which is state the data 25 respondents, which is 69.4%. And the second one is came from the employer, which is it's a boss, that are 5 respondents of it, and it state 13.9%. And next is came from the manager, supervisor, and team leader, which is 3 respondent. It state 8.3 respondent, and same goes to the human resource management, also 3 respondent and 8.3%. So we can see here among my respondent, it came out from the normal employee, and I believe that among of the normal employee there is also a part-timer in here. Okay, so here it is for the result for the part 2 of the questionnaire, which is the questionnaire chosen answer is collected by the scale 1 to 5, which is from agree and not agree, something like that. Okay, we can see for the first one is it communication going well among the various type of workers? Sorry, there's a typo here. Okay, various type of worker. So we can see here that most of it choose option 4, which is agreed that a communication going well among the type of worker. So it's 16 respondents came of it, and it was 42.1% from all over the 83 respondents. And you can see the second one goes to the scale of 2, which is it's not agreed. Maybe if from this data we can see that this data is influenced by maybe the respondent are likely are not really get along with other, or maybe they came from an introvert person. For the data of scale 2, which is disagree, that recorded among of 2 respondents in percentage of 5.3. Okay, I just give for the highest and the lowest. Okay, for the questions of 2 is it the environment of workforce is highly positive among the various type of worker. We can see here the highest one is 12 respondent, around 31.6% that choose the scale of 3, which is it's natural. So from here, they think that the environment of the workplace are highly positive among the various type of worker. And also we can see the the lowest data is goes to the scale of 2, which is the take one respondent only, which is 2.6%. So here we can sum that the most respondent were in a good environment of workforce among workers. Next is it usually misunderstanding happen within the various type of worker? So we can see that here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can see here the highest one is goes to the scale of 3, which is state 16 16 respondent, which is 42.1%, and the lowest is goes to the scale 2 and also 5, which is state 3 respondent only, and it was 7.9%. So I think this data collected like that because maybe there's some of people agree that there's a misunderstanding, or also some people also not agree, because maybe it depends on the people itself. Maybe there's a person that have an issue with some of employees in their organizations. Okay. Next, the question of, is it hard to make a business with a part-time worker? So from here we can see the highest one goes to the scale of 3, which is state 60 respondent, which is 42.1%. Okay, from here, basically most of them feel it's natural to have a hard business with a part-time worker. Maybe there's a part-time, so their scale of their job scope is very small, their cost is very low, so it's hard to depend on them 100%. And then for the lowest, it came from scale of 2 and also 5, which is the state 5 respondent and 13.2%. So from here, still it depends on the person itself. Maybe for the manager or employer itself feels like it's hard to deal with the part-time. It's easy to deal with the part-time. It depends on the person, and also it depends on the part-timer itself. Is it there are person who are good to dealing with? Okay, next slide, which is this is the part 3 of the questionnaire, which is the last part. So for this part 3, I've made decision to give a choice of answer from yes and no. So the first question is it the part-time worker are low and safe cost? So most of them are agreed that choose yes, that the part-time worker are low and safe cost for the company, maybe due to their demand requirement are not high. So this in this data state that 26% respondent choose yes, which is 68.4%, and the rest is 12 respondent state 31.6%. Okay, and for this second question for this part 3, is it the higher position employee in the company accept the part-time worker in their company? Okay, so most ofly state yes. So most of them accept the part-time worker in their company, and I think this is because of their demand of manpower, and mostly part-time worker is the backup of the manpower in the company mostly. So maybe that's why there's a more respondent choose yes, which is state 33 respondent, and it was 86.8%, and the rest is 5 respondents choose no, which is 13.2%. Next, is it the worker mostly a full-time worker are mostly complicated to manage in the company? So from here also state that the data respondent choose yes, most of them choose yes, which is 22 respondent, and it was the 57.9%. And I think here we can sum that the most of the respondent agree that full-time worker mostly are more complicated to manage than part-time worker. Maybe because of the job scope they had is very different, so means the stress that they have been faced is different. So of course they have their complaint, they have their demand. So that's why maybe among of them feel that full-time worker are more complicated to manage. Yeah, because of course they have many issues to confront, right? And then last for the chosen answer of yes and no is, are the employee willing to get along with various type of worker? Okay, from here we can see that all of the respondents state yes, they can get along with the various type of worker. And also from here we can state that they accept part-time worker or freelance in their company as a manpower, to act the manpower in the company. So from here it state 38 respondent, which is all of them, and it's 100% agree that respondent agree that they're willing to get along with the various type of worker if they an employer. I think this might because they easily to get along and accept someone and want to build a team without bias. Okay, so the last five suggestion that I've been choose from the among 38 respondents. So the first one, I don't know, she or he state that implement a clear communication strategy and provide regular feedback to enhance employee management. Next, from other respondents state that foster an inclusive culture for employees to feel valued and maintain the open communication for feedback. Next, from other respondents state that creating a corporate culture where staff members and at all levels treat each other with respect. Next, to improve employee management, encourage regular feedback and keep communication channels open. And last, chosen that I've been collect from 38 respondents is teamwork, planning and understanding each other, and heart-to-heart discussion is most important thing. So mostly from the suggestion, I can see and thumb that most often state that the communication and also respect of each people in the organization is very important to implement. Okay, so we go back to the first slide, which is the last part is conclusion. So based on the research that I've been conduct, the target of getting respondent from an employer and employees with various type position is to distribute questionnaire electronically using a form that I've been made for from me, and the data analysis tool used to analyze and collected respondent answer are tested using a 5-point Likert scale, which is you can see at the part 2 questionnaire. And from strongly disagree to strongly agree, okay, we can see 1 is strongly disagree, 5 is strongly disagree. Okay, and which is it help researchers to analyze the relevance of existing hypotheses. So I guess that's all from my report finding. So I hope that madam can see and understand what I want to explain, what I have been see through my research. And basically I came out this the topic from my experience itself as a part-time worker. Thank you, madam.